Survey for attending here. We're going to be talking about mobile print. I did this very non-technical presentation to the sales reps last week, so that way I want to do some technical training here with you guys this week on kind of what the different topics I presented to them, so that way you've got the background information as it relates to what they're going to be talking about to their customers, et cetera, et cetera. I also have a quiz as well that we're going to be sending out, so you could we'll take that here at the end. So I wrote a blog here regarding what is mobile print, and really what the point of this blog that I was trying to get with is that customers have a variety of different definitions of mobile print. So when a customer asks a sales rep, do you guys support mobile print? You don't just say yes. You say, yes, we do. But please, could you define me what your definition of mobile print is? Because by us saying yes, we may support our definition of mobile print, but what they're trying to accomplish is something completely different. And so you can't just simply say yes to that particular question. So there's about 5 different mobile print solutions that Ray Morgan Company supports. I want to go through what all those are, basically how to deploy those. So the first one, when someone says, hey, do you support mobile print, they a lot of times are maybe talking simply about wireless printing. So when they say, can you print wirelessly to the printer, really what they're talking about is their laptop being on a wireless network and still be able to print. Now, as IT people, you and I know that that's just simple TCP/IP connectivity. Sure, yeah, we support that. But the other way that they may also be defining that is, well, I want the printer to be on a wireless network. Yes, I know that my laptop's on the wireless, duh, but I want my printer to be on the wireless network as well. And so that's why you have to ask those questions. Okay, well, what are you truly meaning by this? So with wireless printing, the Samsung and Canon both have wireless. Both of them have wireless boards that you could actually purchase and put inside of the MFPs. But they're not cheap. They're super expensive. The one for Canon is like $700. I really don't know what the price is on the Samsung, but they're still, up there pretty high. The issue with that is they don't support today's wireless standards. They're always years and years behind. So the highest that the Samsung and the Canon support is WEP. And so we say, sure, we got a wireless board that fits inside of our copiers. We go sell it to them, and then we go to deploy it, and we can't make it work. Why? Well, because the customer has WPA2 for the wireless encryption. So what do? Do we tell the customer, oh, by the way, you need to dumb down your encryption so that way we support WEP? Or you need to go buy another access point so that way it supports WEP? Absolutely not. It's just ridiculous to ask them of that. So our standard response is, doesn't matter how much argument or whatever that the customer says, we don't support it, period. Instead, we do wireless bridges. Why? Because it supports today's security standards. So you could do a Linksys, whatever. The customer could go buy it themselves, but usually we'll just go to Best Buy or buy.com or whatever, buy like a Linksys gaming adapter wireless bridge. And basically the way it works is you have this little tiny box that gets Velcroed to the back of the machine, just like if it was the power strip or the surge protector. And then a patch cord comes from the network jack of the copier, plugs into the wireless bridge, and voila, you now have that printer on a wireless network. They can move it wherever they want. As long as the wireless signal is good, you're going across the wireless. Sometimes you'll get pushback, and they'll say, no, I want inside the machine. And you go, well, wait a minute. We have a surge protector that's already Velcroed on the back of the machine. This box is about big as that same surge protector. What's the issue? So typically, it's just a matter of education with the customer and with the sales rep, and then they go, oh, I guess that's true. Well, I just didn't want to hang it off. You already have the surge protector hanging off the machine. And then you go through the encryption side of it, and then the customer's like, oh, it only supports WEP? Heck yeah, no, forget that. I'll stick with the wireless bridge. And tell you what, I'll just buy it myself because I know what's going on, and then the issue goes away. Any questions as it relates to that particular topic? Okay, great. So let's say they're not talking about wireless printing, but they're truly talking about, I want to be able to print via my mobile phone, my iPad, my iPhone, my tablet, my Android tablet, my BlackBerry, etc. The other way is printing via an installed app. Now you could go into any of those marketplaces and purchase a printing app that handles that particular request in many different ways. I purchased probably like 10 of them just so I could try to find one that would work for the Ray Morgan from an enterprise standpoint, and they all work in completely different fashions. For example, I bought one that, yeah, literally I could type in an IP address and it could print to any printer that had PCL on it. The problem was every time I tried to print, it'd take like 30 seconds for the print job to even hit the printer, because basically it was trying to render the print job on the actual tablet, which doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower per se, and then sends it over to that particular machine, and that obviously there's very limited in the options, etc. But let's say it costs $10 for that app, and they've got 20. Now they got to go buy all the different apps for each of the tablets, each of the phones, etc., etc. So it gets pretty expensive from that standpoint, and again, still requires like PCL or something like that to be on the actual machine. But like Canon and Samsung, both of them have mobile print apps. So I'm going to go through both of those different options. Let me go find the Canon one here really quick. Actually, Mark Stevens. Okay, so let's talk about Canon first. So Canon requires PostScript or the direct print kit to be installed on the Canon device for mobile printing to work. The only two devices that the Canon app currently works on is BlackBerry and Apple. It does not support Android. The reason why is Canon, being typical Canon, tries to cut corners, and really what happened is they wrote this app for the not commercial, consumer market for their little tiny, printers for printing photos and all that kind of stuff. And what they basically did is took that app, made a few quick changes to it, and then brought it on for the image runner line. And so they only support iPhone and BlackBerry. And the only file types they support is basically PDF, JPEGs, TIFFs, etc. They don't support any Excel, Word, etc., etc. So to be able to install it, basically, you have to, I'm just going to go to that section here. And I'll send this document out to everybody. So basically what happens is you install the MEEP app on the actual MFP. And I think Tim's done this once, so he could also chime in here through this process. So you install the MEEP app on the MFP, so then it shows up on the screen like this. Then you go into your Apple App Store and you download the Canon Print and Scan app on your mobile device. Now basically what you have to do is link the two together. So you press that button and up comes a 2D or a QR code basically of that particular device. So you can really imagine inside this QR code, it's like the IP address, etc., etc. The key thing, and Tim can correct me if I'm wrong, is when you install this app, you have to turn on Department ID modes, and I think you have to create a Department ID. Just go through these instructions, and it'll walk you right through it. We're not going to sell a whole lot of these because I'm really trying to keep the sales reps from selling it because it's not a solid solution. Because again, it only supports PDFs, whoopity-doo-dah. Because customers are going to be like, well, so I can print just PDFs, that's it? Well, what's the point? So here's the QR code. You basically open up the app on your phone and you take a picture of that QR code and then it installs it. So the process is actually pretty slick. It shows very well on a sales presentation. You basically take a picture and now you can submit jobs directly. But again, only PDF documents. So here it is. Here's the iPhone. There's the app. You open up the app. You go Canon devices, add new device, Add device. Here you go. We're going to take a picture now. Take the picture. Come on, and there we go. So now you're opening up your PDF document. You hit open and print and scan, and out comes the job off the printer. So it's pretty slick. But here's some of the issues with this type of workflow. It requires your mobile device to be on the internal wireless network because you need to have direct TCP/IP connectivity between your phone and the device. So one of the issues with that is, okay, well, even like with Remote Company, we really frown upon getting our phones on the internal wireless. Instead, we'd much rather be on the guest wireless instead. Well, customers are the same way. So if you were to run into a customer's environment where they don't allow internal wireless, this solution would be dead in the water. You can't make it work. Now, sales reps have asked me, well, what's the port number that you could open up from the guest wireless so that way they could still get in, et cetera, et cetera. And I go, guys, it's not about trying to jimmy rig this thing to work. If the customer is very sensitive about security, if they're setting up these procedures for a reason, they're not going to allow it. You need to get an enterprise-based solution for mobile printing, which I'll be going over as well. So any questions as it relates to the Canon mobile print app? I haven't heard anything, so I'm just... Anybody talk? Okay, cool. Pretty straightforward. Caleb, where is the, or Tim, where is the MEEP app to load up on the machines? Yeah, we saved it somewhere.
The jar file?
Yes, the jar file.
I don't know where it is offhand.
Who installed the last one? I thought you installed the last one, Tim.
No, I didn't install it. I just had to tell them to turn department IDs on because they didn't have it on. The warehouse installed it.
Okay. Caleb, can you assign out someone to put that jar file at a central location where we store the rest of them? Great. Okay. Or Ken. I don't see Caleb on here. Okay, Samsung mobile print. Oh, one other thing on here. It also supports scanning. So what you are able to do is basically do a push scan from the Canon copier to the app on your iPhone. This is what I've trained the sales reps to say on that particular request. Canon really wants to tout that up. Samsung really wants to tout that up. And I go, well, wait a minute, why would anybody ever want to do that? Well, because they can. No. So let me get this straight. So they want to scan it to their phone, and what are they going to do with it? It's on their phone. So now they have to email it to somebody else. Why not just scan to email it to themselves, and now it's in their Outlook, it's on their phone, it's on their computer, it's everywhere. It's just kind of a dumb workflow to go through and walk the customer. Yes, it kind of shows kind of cool, but again, we're talking about a consumer product that was ported over to an enterprise level. So that's the talk track that I've been talking with Salesforce is, yeah, it's cool, but it's a gimmick. Just hit a button, scan to email, now it's everywhere. Instead of having to be on the internal wireless, have to turn your phone on to accept the job, go back to the machine, scan it, push it to the phone. Now it's on my phone. Now I got to forward it to wherever I need to go. Just send it directly from the machine. It's already set up for scan to email. So that's the talk track that I've been going with. So if other salespeople push, especially on the sales engineers, on wanting to get that set up, you're just setting yourselves up for failure because now someone is going to try to do it, 3 months down the line, and it doesn't work because of a firewall rule or something, etc. Better just scan the email and get the job done. Okay, so Samsung, one of the buggerboos on this one is on the Canon, you cannot type in the direct IP address. The QR code is the only way to get it added. Okay. On the Samsung, it uses two ways to get machines added. So you install the Samsung app on your iPhone or Android tablet, and you can hit Browse for printers. Now, who wants to answer this question? If you're in the Ray Morgan Company and you're on the RMC wireless, will you see the Samsung printers?
No, you will not,
Why do you answer that way?
because it's on a different subnet, and it doesn't seem to see, even though you can ping it from a wireless network if you're on your laptop, you can, it's not on the same subnet, and so it doesn't look, it only looks on your local subnet.
The answer is like 90% correct. There's a very, very specific reason why it can't see the printer. So continue on your logic. You're almost there.
Well, that was pretty much it. It just, since it's on a different subnet, it doesn't search the other subnets. It only looks locally where it is.
Okay, who else wants to finish Tim's comment?
Routers don't forward broadcasts, so that's why it doesn't see them.
Correct.
So going from one subnet to another when it forwarded across.
So the app is not searching for Samsung printers. It's listening for broadcasts from the Samsung printers. So here you got the Samsung printer on our local LAN. It's saying, "Here I am, here I am." The Samsung app on the wireless network can't hear those broadcasts because routers don't forward broadcasts across subnets. So in very small, someone's transmitting right now. I'm getting a lot of static. Thank you. So in very small offices, where they've got like a few Samsung printers or it's a really small area, their wireless may be on the same subnet as their LAN. They'll see it. But if it's in a large organization that does any sort of segmentation, you have a problem. But the Samsung app has the ability to add printers by IP. So it's not a big deal. They just have to know the IP address, put it in there, and off you go. Okay? The Samsung app is free, and it supports the Office suite and PDFs. Okay? So Canon supports just PDFs. Samsung supports the Office suite, Word, Excel, and PDFs. Just a little more robust. Okay, but the Samsung app is pretty simple. Any questions on the Samsung app? We've got some comments here.
Maybe I missed it. Just curious, was the Canon one free too, or does that cost some?
Okay, so the Canon requires a PostScript board or a direct print kit. And the app itself costs $100.
Okay, yeah, it's referring to the app. Thank you.
So here's the potential. So we say, hey customer, we got the new Canon app. It's $100 each. Yay, cool. Yeah, sign me up for 3. That's totally worth it. $300? Yeah, sounds good. Oh, by the way, you got to spend $700 for each machine to put PostScript boards on too. Screw that. I don't think it's $700. I think it's like $500. Still, it's quite a bit. Okay, so it is not free. Samsung is free because Samsung automatically comes with which print languages?
TCL and PostScript.
Good. Automatic. Okay, so let's go back to here. So, great. So that's really kind of considered driverless printing because you're not really using a print driver to submit those jobs. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about Uniflow really quick. So Uniflow only runs on Canons. They do not work on Samsungs. Yes, we could get a mini-mine device, attach a proxy card reader, and then when they swipe their card, it'll auto-print out everything in secure print to a Samsung. But all intents and purposes, typically the customer's not going to spend, $600 just for that one feature per Samsung. Typically, it's just the Canons that we're going to really support that on. So for mobile printing for Uniflow, we do it all the time via email printing, which is print@raymorgan.com. Okay, so Jeremy, let's see here. Jeremy, why don't you explain how mobile print for Uniflow works?
Well, basically the way that mobile printing works is it uses the secure printing functionality. So in essence, it will end up pulling it down to a secure print-like queue where you can view those jobs in secure print and release those jobs. What happens in the whole process is a user sends an email from either an iPad, iPhone, anything that has email capabilities. They send an email with the attachment, and then it'll end up arriving in the Exchange mailbox or Gmail inbox, whatever. We can pull from anything and pull it down into the queue. Once it gets into that queue, it'll then rasterize, basically essentially what a fax server does, where it'll pull the job, it'll open it up in the program, convert the job to PostScript or PCL, and then place it back in the queue, and then it's available for the user to release it at the machine. It can be a lot more complicated or a lot, basically as easy as you want or as complex as you want. You could end up having it send emails throughout the process saying, hey, your job's there. I'm sorry, your job's denied. You could end up having it do certain workflow pieces. I mean, it's really, really customizable. But in basic terms, that's basically what happens.
So this is kind of considered driverless printing as well because you're emailing the document, and then there's a service in the back end that's actually grabbing that particular print job and then virtually printing it at that point. So you don't have to actively have a print driver on that remote device. There's a service in the back end that's doing it. Another key feature of the mobile print is how does it know which secure print queue to put it in. So if I email from my email at Ray Morgan account email address to print@raymorgan.com, it's going to look up this email address and know it's Erick Miller. So when I log in to the MFP, it's going to show me that secure print queue. My personal email address, which is Maestro680 at Hotmail, if I sent a Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever, from my Maestro680 at Hotmail account, it also will put it in here. I could keep adding additional email addresses. I could do my Gmail account, etc. And that's called a one-to-many relationship. So I could email it from any of those addresses. It still knows it's me and will drop it into my secure print queue. Very flexible for users that have multiple email addresses, etc. Great for schools and students because you may have a college that has their own internal email address for a student, but the student also has their personal ones. They can just go in and add them to that particular workflow. There is a Uniflow app for just the iPad. Okay, actually I could open up my little video here. Kind of show you that one. Okay, I'm going to skip over here to the mobile print. Okay, here we go. So here's my iPad, and there's the Uniflow app I got right here. I got it from just the App Store. And what we're able to do is we're able to put QR codes on printers, and that's how Uniflow is able to get that unique identifier for this printer. And basically what we're able to do is take pictures of those QR codes, and then we're able to release print jobs to that particular printer. So here I'm going to take a picture of that QR code. I've got no printers installed. So opens up the camera. Just took a picture of the QR code, and sure enough, the printer's installed, and these are all the print jobs that are currently waiting for me inside of my secure print queue. So it's the same exact list on both sides. So I'm not really printing, from my iPad to this machine. I am releasing print jobs that are already in here to the, I'm just releasing the jobs that's already in the queue already. So this feature that I just demonstrated is really a gimmick, and the reason why it's a gimmick is why would I go through the hassle of going through my iPad to release a job when I could just walk up to the display and release my job? It shows really great in sales presentations, but when you really strip it down, it's one of those features that you spend a lot of time setting up and no one ever uses. Because, again, why would let me go grab my iPad, stand in front of the machine, go through all this hassle, select the job when I can just do it right here from the display.
And another thing that we haven't really implemented yet, but is a cool feature as well, and also, I mean, it's not necessarily a gimmick because you can actually direct print, but you can also utilize AirPrint on the iPad and iPhone through Uniflow as well.
Correct. But why, again, would AirPrint not work in the Ray Morgan network?
RJ? Broadcast.
AirPrint is a broadcast technology, and so this iPad is on the RMC network, so AirPrint cannot, this iPad cannot see this AirPrint. It just won't work, period. Okay. Now, this app does let you print to this MFP, though. I'll demonstrate that here. Let me fast forward. Okay, now I do want to convey one thing here that's really cool about Uniflow. Again, here I've got this QR code on a Kyocera, and we'll be adding that. I'm going to be releasing the same print job to the Kyocera. And you go, well, wait a minute, how are you able to release the same print job to the Kyocera and to the Canon? They both use two different print drivers. Well, we are able to use the Uniflow universal print driver that really could print to any MFP, and here's reasons why. When you do a print job via a print driver, really what you're doing is you're taking the print data and you're applying finishing options to the print job. What Uniflow does is it keeps those two parts separate. You've got the print data itself, and then you got the finishing options. So when you release the job to the Kyocera or when you release it to the Canon, we use what's called a diff file. It's a definition file that basically says, oh, you want to do hole punching. Well, the hole punching command for a Canon 5051 is this. A hole punching command for a Xerox is this, and basically it dynamically merges those two data streams together and then releases the job. It's the only true universal print driver in the world, because all of the other universal print drivers are manufacturer specific. It's a very key point. So let's say I did want to actually print using the Uniflow app from a mobile device. So I have the Uniflow app installed, so now I'm just going to open up a PDF here. So I've got a PDF open, and I'm going to hit the Open in Uniflow button. And right here shows all the finishing options that I have available. Hole punch, staple, duplex, etc., etc. So now I'm going to hit the print button. Voila. Now what this is here, it's just an email that's auto-configured to print@raymorgan.com. So I am not, even with the app, it's still not truly printing direct to the MFP. All it's doing, the app is basically auto-configuring an email to get sent to print@raymorgan.com. If you really want to get down to the technical how it works, because then all the mystery goes away. Like, oh, that's all it is? Now all this extra text inside the actual email here, all this text, is basically duplex, yes, staple, no, et cetera, et cetera. So when you send an email, you could actually put that in your email, and Uniflow will recognize those things. But that's basically all it's doing. Nothing really fancy above that. Anything should we add on that, Jeremy? Anything we should add, Jeremy, on that, or we're good? Oh, okay, not a problem. So let's say I wanted to send a job. I could just simply go, try to find a simple document here. Right-click.
What was your question, Eric? I just got back on.
It's fine. Didn't know if there was anything else you wanted to add to that.
Okay.
So if I wanted to print this document, I just go print@raymorgan.com, send it off, CSV file. So then now it's going to, every 30 seconds, Uniflow pulls that mailbox to see if there's a document there, and then now I can go claim that job from any of the MFPs that's Uniflow controlled within the environment. Okay, any questions? Okay. Okay, next feature that we want to talk about is, that we support, is a product called Breezy. Okay, Breezy is very, very much like Uniflow, except that all it does is focus solely on printing mobile, etc. So again, one of the issues is, okay, how do I get through firewalls? How do I get through all that, etc., etc.? And that's what Breezy does a very good job of. So for example, what I'm able to do, see if I got my app, my Breezy app going here, is I've got this Breezy Connector. Basically, you just install, let me see which password I used.
They offer a pony. I'm sorry, but that was...
Yeah, it's funny. They're based out of the Bay Area, and yeah, it's funny. So what you basically do is you install this connector on the print server. And you basically click on which printers you want to make available to all the users within your organization. So I can just check, 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 check. Now notice I've got a PDF writer. So what this means is it uses the actual print driver. It uses the actual print driver that you've got installed. So I could do the PDF writer. We could do Laserfish snapshot print driver. So basically you could print directly into Laserfish via your mobile device because it's using the actual driver. We actually could use UFR because remember, one of the problems with the Canons was, hey, I've already got a bunch of Canons and now I want to add mobile print to the environment. Well, you got to go buy PostScript kits for your 10 copiers. Whew, forget that. Well, in this particular case, we could still use the UFR because it's using the actual driver itself. And then I could give it a nickname. I'll just say print to Laserfish. Okay, and then update. What it just now did is it just pushed out. So now I've got 2 printers that's currently published out to the internet. So now what I'm able to do is install my Breezy app, put my username and password in there, and then these 2 printers will show up. So when I want to print a document from my tablet, it shows up in the list and I just print it right on out. So the pricing for this solution, literally it takes like 2 minutes to set this whole thing up, but the pricing is $50 a year per user. So for a very small organization or even for a large organization, they may only have 20 users that they want to get this capability to. So it'd be $1,000 a year for the solution, and they could basically solve all of their mobile print solutions like that. It's secure, it's encrypted. That enterprise, that $50, it's because it's enterprise, everything's in here. And what's cool about it is it even supports LDAP lookup. So when you're submitting jobs from your phone, it will do a LDAP lookup and write. And when it submits the job to the print queue, it actually uses your username from LDAP instead of using some generic service account, etc. We are also able to, so if I was to log in to my account here, oh yeah, here I could drag a file and send it up. So this is like a web-based submission for a print job. Bam. But if I was to go to manage my printers, there you go, QPDF writer. I just added that. Print LF. I could email enable this. So there's the email address for that printer. So if I was to email a document to this email address, it would print out to my QPDF writer. Actually, I could do that. Let's see what it does. Technically, it should pop up on my screen. Did it autosave? I think so. Let's prove the technology or see if it fails. Here's an Excel spreadsheet. Let's do something easier. PowerPoint. Okay, so if I was to now go into printer queues, I'm going to assume that here in a little bit of time. So Breezy supports up to 200 file types. So what's happening is that email is basically going through the email system. It hits Breezy. There's a render that's going on, and then it's basically should hit my print queue here, and then it's going to should ask me for a dialog box that says, hey, where do you want to save that document? So we continue on. We'll wait for that to go through. We tested it. It works with the Canons. You could flip the settings so it's black or white or color directly from your tablet, etc. Did I close that Breezy connector though? That's the thing is we usually typically install on a print server so you can keep that Breezy connector open. Yeah, I closed it. So it just sits there, and with the enterprise, it runs as a service, so it just sits there in the back end. Okay. Let's look at the other solutions we've got going on here. Any questions on that, Breezy, before I move on to the next one?
No.
Okay.
Actually, pretty slick.
Yeah, it is. It's real simple to set up. Oh, this is also what's cool. I wish I could show you my iPad, but you can load this up on any of your guys' phones too. They're integrated with FedEx Kinkos. So when you're in your Breezy app and you go to print, it says my company's printers, which is what the list I just showed you, or printers near me. And basically it shows you all the FedEx Kinkos. We can even publish one of our printers as an output device, but everybody, it's basically public. So you could actually charge people to come in to use your printers to receive it. So it's a pretty cool feature. Okay, Google Chrome. I've been trying to spend a lot of time to get a better understanding of Google and the reason why it's so cool and things like that. And being a Samsung dealer, we actually have access now to Google Chromebooks. Basically, it's $200 for a laptop, but you have to work within the Google Chrome web browser. So basically, it's just a web browser. That's it. So then if it's just a web browser, then how are you able to actually print documents if all it is a web browser? Because again, you can't load up a print driver on a Google Chrome book because it's just a web browser. There is no Google Chrome driver that you could go install or anything like that. And the way it works is via Google Cloud Print. Okay, so if I was to go to my wrench icon up here and go to settings, so again, I'm in Chrome right now, and I scroll down and click Show Advanced Settings, and scroll down again. Google Cloud Print. Now I have already clicked, right, this button here would be basically import printers. I've already clicked that. So then it looks like this. Then I click Manage Print Settings. Here's all the printers I have access to. So what is this? Okay, these are all the print queues that I have installed on my local laptop. But I could share these printers with other people as well. So for example, if I go Chico Mailroom here and I go share, I've already shared this with Caleb. So you basically enter in all the email addresses. So imagine you have a 5-person company. Each of them have their own Gmail account. You just add all 5 of those email addresses here, and then it now allows them to print to that printer. What that requires, though, is at least one computer within your organization needs to act as a quote-unquote print server, and it needs to have Chrome installed on it and running. And it basically publishes, that's the way it gets through the firewall. Okay? So by putting that email address in there, it emailed Caleb. And so now if I go into my Google Documents here, I want to see all the documents. So I'm just going to open up this document here. Here it is. Now I'm going to click Print. And now if I click Change, here's all the printers, so local destinations and Google Cloud Print. Here's all of those printers that I showed in that list. Okay, and then sure enough, there's Print FedEx Office as well. Now this, like Home Dell Laser, that's off of my home PC. So I could actually, from my laptop, I could be in the airport without VPN or whatever. As long as my home computer's turned on, I could print to my home PC, my home desk LaserJet. Because Google, go ahead.
And Chrome has to be like actually open and running on that computer, or there's like a service that's running in the background that facilitates the handoff?
I haven't tested that, but I think Chrome does not have to be running. I think it just runs in the background.
My understanding was that it had to be at least connected. You had to have something logged in through Chrome and just left it and minimized. But I have yet to test it.
Yeah, we just need it. Well, here, let's test it. So my home computer's on. Chrome is not, I repeat, not open. Oh, let's see if it's running in my systems tray here. I don't see anything in my systems tray. Let me look at my task manager. Okay, I've got a Google toolbar. That's the only thing I see is a Google toolbar. Okay, so now I should be able to select this. And then I'm going to hit print. Again, I'm on my laptop. This is supposed to be going through my, okay. Now if I go back to my Google Cloud Print, I can go to Print Jobs, refresh. There, so there it is right there. So those are the print jobs that's waiting. But let me see if it'll actually come out. My printer is flashing. So Google does not need to be open. Just needs to be installed.
Oh. So how does it know? There's got to be something running on the computer that's connected to it.
It's probably a service or something, but Google Chrome does not have to be actively open, is the point.
Did you install a service?
No, I installed Chrome, and then I went and I just added those printers as available. So I went to the wrench. This is all I did. Installed Chrome, because I just did this today to prep for this. I installed Chrome. I went here, went to the bottom, advanced settings, scroll to the bottom, and then I clicked activate, manage printers, shared it out, and that was it. And then I closed Chrome.
That's pretty cool. I wonder how much resources that uses, because you could do that on a few office computers just as a redundancy in a small business.
Mm-hmm. So now on your phones. So right now on my phone, I could install what's called Cloud Print for Android phones. I mean, it works for Apple as well. It's called Cloud Print. And when you install it, it's going to ask you for your Gmail account. And then all the printers that I just saw on that list, all these printers, well, that's kind of cool. The jobs stay there, so you could probably reprint it again if you wanted to. But anyways, so then from your phone, you install the Cloud Print app and it asks you for your credentials, and then all of these printers basically show up in that app, and then you can select those printers on your phone, on your Android or your iOS devices, and it prints out just like what I just demonstrated. Okay, but so the way it works is you'd go, so if I have my Word doc open, then you hit open in, and then you select Google Cloud Print, and then you're able to submit the job. So you're not doing it via email, but you are doing it via 3G, 4G, so you are getting through firewalls. Okay, now one really cool thing is, let's see, wish Caleb was on here.
He's working with Google Cloud Print right now.
Trying to think of what the IP address was of a Do you guys know any of an IP addresses of a Samsung printer within the organization?
10.1.2.107.
So this is a printer, not MFP?
It's a printer.
Okay,
The one
10.
that
What?
Caleb's working on right now. 10.1.2.107. if we start printing, he might freak out. But
No,
oh
no,
well.
I'm not going to print. I'm just going to show you how the SAM, not MFPs, printers.
SEC and 5 zeros.
SCC?
No, admin. And then SEC, like sec, like short for second. SEC 00000.
SEC, how many zeros?
5.
I put 6. There's an option right here called Google Cloud Print. So if I was to deregister this here, actually I will. Okay. Refresh. Okay. So this printer, brand new, et cetera, et cetera. So now what I do is you can hit test connection. So connected success, all good to good. Okay. So now I hit register. Voila. I could take this URL here. Okay. Now it's already registered to me, but I could basically open up my Chrome and basically cut and paste it in there. Hit enter. Now bam! I've now registered that printer there to my Gmail account. Simple as that. It's not more complicated than that. If I was not logged in, so if I was just into Chrome and I was not logged in, it would ask me for my credentials. But since I was already logged into my Google Chrome, it didn't ask me for the credentials. So now if I go to Manage Printers, refresh. Should have upped one. It was a Samsung. Oh, add Cloud Ready Printer. Those probably local. 17. There we go. It just took a second. Patience is a virtue. You see it here? Chico, showroom seal.
I think it's the CL666, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, there it is. There you go. So now I can actually print a job to that printer without having Chrome installed on a print server. The printer itself is talking to the Google Cloud. Any questions on that? Okay, I think I could still share it out. So even though I registered that printer to my account, I just click share and I can add everybody else's email addresses in there so that way they all have access to that particular printer. Google's pretty smart in the way they did that. So this is kind of a really cool way of, so if they just wanted if they want a mobile print without needing to be on the local LAN, and if they don't want to worry about firewalls opening, all they need to do is get a Gmail account. You can just get one Gmail account, install the Google Print app on all their phones, log in with the same Gmail account on all their phones via the Google Cloud Print thing, install Chrome on their print server, register all the printers that they want using that same Gmail account, and voila, you just now have basically quote-unquote simple but yet robust mobile print application using back-end print drivers, because it's actually getting rendered in the print driver, so UFR and all that will work as well. But the key is you have to have the app installed on the device to do that communication. This isn't an email type of workflow. This is an app communicating to Google Cloud Print. Google Cloud Print sends it to the local service running on your print server. The print server renders it using the print driver on that print server and then forwards it over to the actual printing device. Any questions? Okay. There we go.
Just need to make sure we tell Caleb that we disassociated that with the account that he had on there because that was a customer's account, I think.
Oh, is he he's out front?
No, I don't know where Caleb's at. I'll give him a call and let him know he has to reassociate it again.
Oh, okay. Those are really, I mean, those are really the topics that, I think maybe we want to talk a little bit more about maybe things that you think customers may ask or sales reps may ask, and let's kind of go through those scenarios. Any questions on anything that we presented? Go ahead.
Yeah, on the Breezy solution, does the app for the mobile device cost anything?
Say it one more time.
On the Breezy solution, does the app cost anything for whatever, the tablet, mobile device, or is that free?
It's $50 a year per user.
Okay, so that's based on the printer itself, but the app comes for free.
Well, yeah, so the way it works is the app comes for free, but when you install the app on the phone, it's going to ask for a username and password, and you need to pay for that username and password.
Got it.
So and that's how I found it, basically, was I was just going down the list saying, okay, there's certain requirements that need to be met, and that's why I found this so great was you install, it says free, but then you have to pay for the enterprise type level solution. I don't expect Breezy to be sold like all over the place, but in very specific requirements where they don't need Uniflow, but they mobile print, or they want to be able to print to a variety of devices, Samsung, Canon, Kyocera, whatever. This would probably be a great solution for me, like Pro IT, where we're their IT guys, but yet we're not the copier. They got Toshiba out there. Great, we've got a solution for you because we could either use Google Cloud Print as a solution, or you could use Breezy because you want email-enabled workflow. Because the difference between Google Cloud Print and Breezy is Breezy supports email, Google Cloud Print does not. Any other questions on that?
Nope.
Okay, I just sent you a link to a quiz. So let's just stay on here, and once you guys work through that quiz, and then we'll go over the questions and answers, so that way it reiterates the points that I was trying to make as far as the different scenarios and what options would work in the proposed scenario. We'll continue on from there. If you did not get that quiz, here, let me send it to the sales engineers as well. Nobody just took your quiz. That's funny. Typed in their name. Nobody.
I might have missed it. Did we cover a product called the Samsung Cloud Ready printer? Oh, that
Yeah,
was the. That's right. That was the feature on the RUI, huh?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Rose, are you still on?
Yes, I am. I'm on the third question.
You're taking it also? Okay.
I
So,
am.
okay, so this is that tool that I emailed you guys, Damien, that we use for tests.
Right. That's
Yeah.
great.
You're able to do video links, and then gives you all the statistics of which question like everybody missed or the question that everybody got it right. It's a pretty powerful tool.
That's fantastic. And can you have it CC anybody that you'd like to get those results, or does it have to be set up separately per quiz?
As far as what the results are?
Yes, that's correct.
We'll have to take a look at the settings on that.
Okay.
I mean, we could change the account is just currently my email address, but we could probably change the email address to maybe tests@raymorgan or something and send to a distribution list.
Great. Yeah, that would be nice. Very nice.
On question number 8, it doesn't specify that the what kind of device they're using. Are we to assume it's a mobile device, or can we just assume that it's, and when I mean mobile, I mean not a laptop, like a phone or a tablet?
Read the question for me.
A customer uses Google Docs for their business, and they want to be able to select printers while in Google Docs and have the print job just print out. Which solutions would work for this customer?
Okay, so Google Docs is a web page.
Yeah. Which I can access from a laptop or a phone or a tablet.
Exactly.
So I was just checking. I just want to make sure we're not specifying it can be any of them.
It's a web page, so any device that you can access a web page from. So it could be a tablet, a phone, a TV, whatever, because it's just a web page.
Oh, that sucks.
Should I even look?
Huh?
50 out of 100?
Yeah.
We'll go
I'm
through
looking
them.
over my answers, and I answered a couple of them, missed one, and answered extra on a couple others.
Yeah, I got really, when you're going through multiple, you go through each one and say, okay, does it work or does it not work? Does it work, does it not work? You know, and that tells you whether or not you should check it or not. Why is there no procure on this?
Is Google Cloud Printing for Business free?
So let's talk about that. So Google Docs can be free and cannot be free. To answer your question, yes, it is free. But
Thanks.
Google Docs pricing. Oh, I guess I got to do that up here. Yeah, because what I just showed you, I have not paid. I haven't paid for my Google Apps account, and I was able to do it.
Cool.
So
go ahead.
officially it costs or it does not cost?
It does not cost. If you want to up your email box sizes and things like that, then you could pay $5 a month. Or if you want to make it go even bigger, this is the matrix. It would be good for you guys to take a look over what Google Docs supports and stuff. So I think we're probably going to get more and more app questions regarding it.
They already took it as Jack.
What?
I said I retook it as Jack
Oh.
and read the questions this time. I got 80%.
Okay, that's good. What's really sad is all of these down here further, like Rod Cooper. We went through and I was giving them the answers as we were going through each one. I was like, how do you get 20 when I actually give you the actual answers, each one? Okay, is everyone done?
I think that we should get like partial credit for getting like more than half of the question right. I mean, seriously.
I know. We'll go over. We'll go over each one. Now, when I take it, I better get it 100% right, otherwise you're going to kill me.
I can't believe I missed number 5.
Home link. Okay, is everybody done? We'll go through it and go through the answers.
I'm done.
Anybody not done?
Dave's done.
Yeah, I'm still not done.
Okay. While people are finishing up, this is really cool what Google just did, though. There's a thing called, so I go Google Drive. So here's all of my documents up on Google Docs right now, okay? For the people who haven't seen Google Docs, it's that drive right up here when you go into Google. It's real simple, it's just a drive. And you can actually create documents. If I hit create, I've got Word docs, PowerPoints, Excel, Form, I don't know what that one's called, Drawing, which is Publisher, et cetera, et cetera. So here you can create all these forms, okay? You can create folders and you can share documents with everybody, not a big deal. But this is super cool. Download Google Drive for PC. Basically what it does is it synchronizes a file folder on your local computer up with Google Docs. So one of the biggest complaints with cloud solutions is, well, I got to go to the web page every single time, in the butt. I got to upload documents if I actually want it there. So here I'm working on a Word doc, and now I have to go and upload it to the pain in the butt.
You know, there's also an add-on you can have for Microsoft Office. I use it for like Excel, so whenever you save your document, it automatically uploads a copy of it to your Google Drive.
That's great. So this Google Drive for PC, you basically install it, and then what you're able to do is, so here's my Google Drive, which is basically a folder right underneath emailer. Whatever documents I put inside of here, they synchronize. So I could basically work on my laptop as if there's as if it's a file server. I could have a little 10-person company basically work as if it's a file server. It's all backed up. It's all stored up in Google Docs, and I'm using what I'm used to. You know, basically I could point this to the My Docs, and everyone basically has the same My Docs folder, and voila, save it here. It uploads back and forth. So I think if I just right-click and just did like new text document, there we go. So there it is in the folder. Now I go to the web page, refresh it, new text document. It's just so cool, so fast, just bam, done. So again, for sales engineers, you know, when you're talking with customers, you know, we want to be consultants. You know, we need to, you know. So with this workflow, now when we're scanning from a copier, guess what? We just point to like a folder on the print server that's currently running this utility, and now we're, bam, scanning it directly up into their Google Cloud without some crazy-ass application that you have to install on the Canon. Because Canon has a Google Docs where you can scan directly up there, but you have to log in every single time with your username and password. It's just a pain. Here, fine. Create a one-touch button that's pointed to the folder synchronizes, and you're done.
We do have a customer I dealt with today that's using that, but using Dropbox.
Yep.
I had to create a folder under Dropbox, their Dropbox folders for their scans.
Yep, same exact thing. Okay, Seth. You done? Okay, we'll start going through it. We'll be on question 1 while he's on question 10. Okay. Who wants to take a shot at this one?
C.
C, absolutely correct.
I was speaking Spanish, but yeah.
Oh, it's funny. So it is C. We do, but we need to ask the question, please explain how you want it to work, because they could be thinking one thing while we're saying yes to something completely different. Customer wants wireless printing. Who wants to take a shot at this one? I'll just start calling on people here.
I'll do it.
Okay.
They want it's A and C.
Correct. Both. They might be talking about their laptop, or they might be talking about the printer being on the wireless.
That's one of the first ones I missed because I marked all of them. I was like, oh yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
The customers don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I know, but the sad thing you guys don't. The one thing you guys don't know is that I sat there with Eric and he asked me these questions in his office, and I still got the question wrong.
Yeah, you've been trained twice now, and oh wow. Okay. Question 3.
I got it right in the office, but I got it wrong here, and I'm like.
That's why this is called reinforcing. Okay. A customer has a Canon and wants to allow users to be able to print from mobile devices, but he does not want them on their internal wireless network. Which solutions will work?
B, C, and D.
So this is Jeff. Okay. So why would A not work?
Because it's because you need to be on the internal wireless network for that one to work.
Good job. Why do you say B will work?
Because it's just through email.
Absolutely correct. Why did you say C will work?
Because you don't have to be on the internal wireless for it's web-based.
And email, and it's also email enabled as well.
Right.
Okay. Google Cloud Printing for Business, will that work?
Yes.
Why?
because it's just web-based too, so you don't need to be on the internal network.
Wireless. Correct. Why did you say E will not work?
Because it broadcasts and won't go past the internal.
No, because I'm a sneaky little jerk. It's a Samsung. I said it's a Canon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I caught all those on the review page. I went back and said, oh, shoot, Canon, Samsung.
Okay, Samsung mobile print app. Why did you say that won't work?
Because it's a Canon.
Good, okay. Okay, customer has a Samsung and wants to be able to print a Word document from their Android tablet. They allow users to use internal wireless. Who wants this one?
All
B.
Oh, Rose is doing it. Rose is doing it. Okay, go ahead, Rose.
I was going to say B, C, D, and E. For obvious reasons, Canon is Canon and not Samsung.
Okay.
Samsung can access the internal network, and so that'll work on any iOS.
And one other point on that, it also supports Word documents.
Okay, so then that wouldn't work because I think the Samsung requires PDF, doesn't it?
No. Canon is PDF only, so you are correct with your answer.
Okay.
I just want to express the point that the Word document does support it, so that is the correct answer. Okay, C. Why does C work?
Breezy is web-based, and so is Google Cloud Printing for Businesses, both web-based. And then the Samsung Cloud Ready printers should work as well.
Yep. Okay, 5. A customer has a Canon and wants to be able to print a Word document from their Android-based tablet. This user allows internal access. Okay, say your name. So who wants this one?
This is Tim.
Okay, go ahead, Tim.
I'm trying to redeem myself because I got this one wrong because I forgot to put the Canon mobile print app. So A, B, C, and D. I could have swore I checked it too, but I guess I didn't.
Okay, so
A
Must be wrong.
A will not work.
Right.
Why will it not work?
PDF.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Because they don't work with Android.
I did it again. Dang it.
They don't work with Android, BlackBerry, or Apple.
Yeah, they don't. They don't work with Android. I can't believe I did that again.
Okay. So two reasons. It only does not support Word, and it does not support Android.
Maybe I should stop dealing with copiers, just make coffee.
Will you hire me too, Tim?
Okay, in my defense, I did have to install 8 copiers, most of which were at the same time today, so I'm a little brain dead.
So do we need to go back and check your work? Oh, sorry.
You might. But
Don't worry, I'm reviewing all the tickets, Tim, so I'll let you know.
Okay, so Uniflow mobile print. Does that work, Tim?
Yeah, the answer is BCD. Sorry.
Okay, so yes, it works because email, Breezy, email, Google Cloud Print, because of the app, and obviously
Google better work on Droids.
Yeah. Okay. 6, a customer has a Canon and wants to be able to do PDFs from their iPad, and they will allow internal wireless. Which solutions will work? Who wants this one?
I'll take it, I guess. This is kind of an easy one. This stuff here. So A, B, C, and D will work. All those will work. The last 2 won't work, obviously, because they're Samsung solutions and working with the Canon device.
Okay, so why does A work?
Because it supports printing in PDF format.
And iOS app.
Yes.
iOS based.
Okay. And we've already killed B, C, and D many times, so we're good. Okay. 7, a customer has a Canon, and thank you so much for. Okay, I just want to make this one comment. So I've been doing a lot of these sales manager meetings with GoTo, and at the beginning of every meeting I say, if you don't talk, mute your phone. We've done it like 10 times now, and people won't mute their phone, so thank you so much for being kind. A customer has a Canon and wants to be able to print PDFs from their Android, but they do not want to pay for the solution. They will allow internal access. Which solutions will work?
Beaches.
E.
Who's Dusty, was that you?
Yeah. And it's
Go ahead,
D
Dusty.
because the only one that's free that is also not Samsung.
Good job. This one was, I thought I might get people with G on this one, but yeah, that is correct. The Canon
I actually had a problem with this one. Breezy has a free option, and I answered that and I got it wrong.
Okay.
That
Android.
is true. That is true. Breezy does have a free option up to 25 pages.
And it does. It's not the enterprise. It doesn't. Yeah. We never do the free one because it doesn't work. Let's see here. Where's their web page? Pricing. No, wrong pricing. Printer sharing. No printer sharing. So this share with 20, that's what's basically allowing you to do it. It's misleading, I know, but it's the printer sharing so you have to go with this or up to make it work.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. I didn't go into that in detail. I just said it's $50 for Breezy. I never mentioned free. I said it was $50. Okay. Back to my quiz. Okay, so that is correct. A customer uses Google Docs for business, and they want to be able to select printers while in Google Docs and have the print job just print out which solutions will work. Who wants this one?
I guess D and E. This is Tim. And that's because it's going through the web page on Google Docs. It's not so you can't do it through an email, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So Uniflow and Breezy and them, they really won't work because you have to email it. We want to be able to print in the Google Docs app and actually send it out. Able to select printers while in Google Docs. That was the key action words right there.
Yeah.
Okay. 9. A customer wants to be able to email a document and have it print. They do not require to install an app on their mobile device. Which solutions will work?
I would say B and C.
Correct. These are the only two solutions that support email. Which solution requires something to be purchased other than the base model printer?
I'm sorry, just really quick, sorry. I thought there was a URL you could generate with Google Cloud Printing. Am I wrong?
Which one were you talking about, question 9?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to that one because they'll ask for review here. Okay, so which solutions require something to be purchased other than the base model printer?
A, B, and C, because you have to purchase a boatload of extra stuff for the Canon. Uniflow does not come free, and Breezy, as you already showed, it requires a monthly fee.
Free, free, free. Okay, so let's go to question 9 here for Seth. Customer wants to be able to email a document and have it print. They do not want to require to install an app.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Well, hold on here. I say email, not URL. I say the customer wants to be able to email a document. So if you have a URL, how would you send the document to the URL, or how did you envision that working, Seth?
I guess I was thinking that you could generate an email. I thought I saw you generate one. Was that a URL you generated to share out the printer to another user?
No. So what I did was,
Or was it email to invite users to the shared printer?
Yes, it
okay,
was.
that's what I was thinking of in my mind.
Yeah. It was basically, well, your email address is your Google username.
Right.
And so that's basically, you're inviting users to say you have access to this printer. So I'm going to allow you to print through me. Okay, but in the Samsung Google Cloud Print, that's basically a URL that allows you to add that printer as a selection within your Google Cloud printers, per se. Okay? Okay, so cross my fingers. Yay! Okay, that's embarrassing if I got 90%. So we got 100%. So those were the answers. So basically just going through each one, you're able to, so when, I might be creating a matrix for the Salesforce as well, but basically kind of what we just did here of what each solution supports, so they could kind of say, okay, here's the requirements the customer asked me, find the corresponding question, just make that, do that same exercise. Okay, Canon, da-da-da-da, nope, won't work, you know, and just work down the list. Okay? Great. Any questions or anything else that you guys have as it relates to mobile printing? Cool. So Rose, you got the link to the test, so I guess you could probably attach that to the link to the YouTube video, so that way after people watch the video, they'll be able to take the test. So we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I think that should be done hopefully in about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Great, guys. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks.
Go Niners.